When did you first realize you'd made a huge mistake, only to find it was too late to fix? When I was in high school, I didn't walk my dog. She'd get walks from my parents in the mornings and evenings, but every afternoon I got home from school first and was supposed to take her. She absolutely loved walks. She'd scratch at the door and stick her tongue out and wag her tail and would even bring her collar to me. I'd usually pet her and tell her I'd take her soon, which would make her even more excited, but then I'd get too lazy and end up sitting on the couch watching TV. I'd turn up the volume so her door scratching wouldn't bother me, and eventually when she realized she wasn't getting walked, she'd come over to me, lick my face as if to forgive me, then cuddle with me and nap. My mom would come home a few hours later, and I'd lie and say I'd walked like I was supposed to. I felt bad every time, but the next day I'd forget, and it'd be the same. But then college came, and the first time I was away from her, I realized how much I missed her, and started really regretting my actions. I started traveling back every weekend just to spend time with her, but sadly, she had gotten really sick, and started to lose her vision at this point. When summer came around, I moved back just to give her special eye drops 4 times a day. Unfortunately, they didn't help. I had to help her see where the porch steps were, and when we were going for walks, I lifted her down because she was just too weak. I ended up tying a bell to her collar and slept on the couch next to her bed so I could hear when she got up at night and wanted to walk. And during that summer, I walked her every day. We walked together every morning, twice in the afternoon, and again before dinner. I guided her around cars and through lawns. Sometimes she'd sniff the grass, tail wagging, and sometimes she'd walk so close to me she'd bump her nose into my shin on purpose to make sure I was still there. When we got home, I'd scoop her up and lift her over the stairs, kissing the top of her head and telling her what a good girl she was. I'd think about all the times I let her down and tell her I was sorry, that I wished she understood me, that she was my darling and I loved her. The last time we walked together was on Labor Day. I was driving down next Saturday to see her again, but then I got the call from my parents. I pulled into the nearest gas station and just sobbed. I miss her, and I still wish I could have loved her as perfectly as she loved me.